2022 marks the beginning of the UN Decade of Indigenous Languages, and today officials at Lakehead University use that occasion to launch their strategy to increase Indigenous language fluency. Lee Noonan reports.
The
sounds of Anishinaabe Moan, or Ojibwe, will be more and more common on campus if all goes as hoped. The university's 10-year plan aims to increase fluency in 4 dialects of Ojibwe, as well as Cree and Ojibwe. Vicky Maneg is spearheading the initiative and explains the first year will be spent in community consultation, with 5- and 10-year goals being gradually rolled out, including the creation of immersion houses on campus where only Indigenous languages would be spoken, and the development of immersion curriculum with First Nations elementary schools.
We understand that the whole Anishinaabe universe revolves around children, and that children are more likely to acquire an Indigenous language, and they can acquire it faster and in a more simple process than adults can.
Children were at the center of the discussion at the launch event. Keynote speaker Dr. Anton Troyer spoke at length about the disruption of intergenerational language transmission within his family in Minnesota and his efforts to repair that break with his own children.
And I remember, she's probably about 2, waking up in the middle of the night crying, and she's crying. And I just remember thinking, it's working. It's working. Yes.
Current fluency rates vary throughout the regions. There are many more speakers in some isolated First Nations like Fort Severn than more urban communities like Fort William First Nation.
Even though my grandparents on my dad's side were fluent, spoke our language fluent, we didn't get enough time to spend with them, to listen, to understand, to pick up that language, because we again, being school and urban settings, the language was not part of that education system.
Troyer and Maneg both expressed the importance of language in protecting Indigenous culture and ways of seeing, saying everyone can play a role and everyone can benefit from the preservation of Indigenous worldviews, particularly in the face of collective challenges like climate change. Lee Noonan, TBT News.